Shepard, I need to talk to you. It's important.
Is something wrong?
You know the data you took from those Geth control nodes? The information you uploaded to Alliance Control? I want a copy of it.
You want to bring this data back to the migrant fleet?
Those files have information that could be vital to our efforts to understand the Geth. It could be the key to helping us reclaim our homeworld.
If I give you this data, your pilgrimage is over. You'll go back to your own people.
Not right away. I'll stay with you as long as it takes to stop Thane. But my people need this.
You think you can use this information to destroy your enemy?
Not right away. We will need to study it. It could take years, but it will give us new insight into how the Geth have changed and evolved over the past centuries.
Go ahead, make a copy.
My people, I owe you a great debt, one I can never repay. The only thing I can offer in return is what you already have. My solemn promise to stay with you until Thane and his Geth armies are defeated.
I never wanted anything more.
Thank you, Shepard.
Message from Admiral Hackett, Commander. Patching it through.
We just received your report. Looks like this Geth incursion was bigger than we thought. They were probably preparing for a major offensive in the system. We're increasing patrols in the Armstrong cluster to make sure they can't establish another foothold in the region. Nice job, Shepard. You saved a lot of human lives on this mission. Hack it out.
Incoming signal from 5th Fleet HQ on the Citadel.
Commander Shepard, something uncomfortable has just come up. In the First Contact War, we fired a lot of espionage probes into Turian space. We just received a mission complete burst from one of them.
Where's it been in the meantime?
No idea. Lost in transit. These probes were built in a hurry after First Contact.
What makes this uncomfortable?
When these probes were launched, we didn't have any idea who we were fighting. We didn't want to risk aliens examining our technology. The probe has a demo nuke built in. A 20-kiloton tactical fusion warhead. About equal to the bomb dropped on Hiroshima back in the 20th. If somebody finds that probe, tampers with it, you don't need me to finish, Commander.
I understand this must be handled, but I don't have anyone trained to deal with this sort of thing, sir.
I know. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. These probes have been classified for 26 years. The Council will call fusion bomb booby traps dangerous and irresponsible. The Alliance would face censure if they find this probe. I'm asking you because the Normandy can get on site quickly and quietly. It's in the Voyager cluster.
It's in the Voyager cluster? That's the opposite side of the Alliance from Turian space. How did it get there?
I don't know. It's possible someone recovered it safely and brought it there. It's also possible it got very badly lost. It could have been wandering the relay network since the war.
We'll get on it immediately, Admiral. And we'll be discreet.
I appreciate that, Commander. Good luck. Fifth Fleet out.
Mine shaft. That's the source of the signal.
Suspicious.
I agree. This thing didn't crash. Somebody moved it here.
They may not know what they have. Let's find it before they set it off.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
That was a detonator, Commander.
Shepard, at last.
You have me at a disadvantage.
You don't remember me. No matter. I remember you. I never forget anyone I've fought. My name is Ilanos Halliot. I doubt you know it. Who do you think runs the Terminus clan, Shepard, huh? Thousands of pirates, slavers, criminals of every stripe?
In most criminal organizations, it's the one who's recognized as the most successful.
That's correct. The one who kills the most men, seizes the most ships, pillages the most colonies. 3 years ago, I was the strongest. I used my influence to assemble a fleet. We would drive your kind out of the Verge.
You're the one behind the attack on Elysium.
I was the motivator, the instigator. The one who promised glory and riches for sacking the largest human colony in the cluster. The one blamed when it failed. Failed because of you. Your damnable holding action.
My crew will come for me.
Let them. We'll be ready. An Alliance warship would make a fine prize. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, the ores here are laced with heavy metals. I'm afraid your suit radios aren't powerful enough to transmit out.
It doesn't have to be like this, Halliot.
Empty words from a dead man. Goodbye, Shepard.
Orders, Commander.
We've got air and light, and the Normandy's still in orbit. Let's look for another way out.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
What do you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live fire simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills is no longer responding to our override commands. It's gone rogue.
Are you telling me this computer is thinking on its own?
We're not stupid, Shepard. This is a virtual intelligence, not a true AI. It's not self-aware, and it can't access any external systems. We didn't do anything illegal here. Virtual intelligence support is critical to our military success. VIs process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. We need you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI core and manually disable it.
Can't you disable it remotely?
Our fail-safes aren't responding. The VI operates on a closed network. It can't affect any external systems, but we don't have any direct access to its processes. We could bomb it from orbit, but the damage to the facility would be catastrophic. We'd prefer to have someone shut down the core. Someone like you. I know Spectres answered the Council, but you're still human. You're still part of the Alliance military, and right now we need you. The VI controls all the facility's weapons, drones, and automated defenses. You're the only one that can pull this off, Shepard. Good luck.
like nobody's home. According to these data logs, the survey team unearthed some kind of alien technology.
Could be answers at the excavation site. They unearthed some kind of alien technology, and it turns them into mindless fanatics. Whatever they found, it's long gone now.
Oh, excuse me.
See how it is? You write letters and everyone ignores you. Force is the only thing people appreciate. So how about if I kill Chairman Burns and finish this charade?
Please! I was trying to help you people!
Let's not do anything we're all going to regret.
Why not? What have we got to lose? Since the chairman here decided that we didn't get reparations, we've got nothing left to live for.
But I've changed my mind! Seeing you all, it's clear that you all deserve...
You had your chance. Some L2s are nearly crippled from side effects of the implants, but you voted against reparations.
Think about this. Burns is the one man who can help you.
Yes, if you release me, I can take another look at the reparations request.
What, we're supposed to trust you?
I'm an L2, like you. Trust me. The commander can make sure that Burns follows through.
Sure, you promise us freedom and say everything will be fine, but as soon as we surrender, you'll double-cross us.
I'm not promising to let you go. All I'm saying is that Burns will take another look. Right, Burns?
Absolutely. I had no idea that the L2 biotics were this desperate. If I'd known, the reparations will come. For whatever it's worth, I promise that.
You're right. I don't want to die. Maybe something will happen this time. We surrender.
Thank you, Commander. I thought I was dead when they took me. I'll see to it that the reparations discussion is reopened. I didn't know they were so desperate.
A 5th Fleet cruiser will be by shortly to pick you and the prisoners up.
Thank you, Commander. I thought I was dead when they took me. Thank you, Commander. I thought I was dead when they took me.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Thank you for dealing with the hostage situation, Commander. Chairman Burns was quite impressed by the way you resolved the situation peacefully. Your assistance above and beyond the formal duties has been noted, Commander. 5th Fleet out.
Guess nobody's home.
Most of the systems are shut down. It's just running on basic life support.
Hear that? We're not alone. Somebody set that trap. The whole place could be wired.
They say Jacob's gone. They say his brain isn't functioning anymore, and they want to shut off his machines. But Jacob's the only thing in the world that matters to me. I don't know how to help him, and it's tearing me up inside. I just feel so helpless, so damn angry. Dr. Smith gave me some meds to calm down, but I didn't take them. I can't. Not until I figure out a way to help Jacob. I won't give up on him. I won't.
Jacob's not going to make it. His brain was deprived of oxygen for too long. There's nothing any of us can do for him now except let him die with dignity. It's what he would want. I'm more worried about Julia now. She's showing signs of severe depression. I gave her some meds that should help, but I better warn the captain.
Looks like that machine is keeping him alive.
I'm not seeing any brain activity on the readouts. He's dead. This body is just an empty shell.
Maybe we should shut the machine down. It's the merciful thing to do.
It's your decision, Shepard. But maybe we should wait until we know more about what's going on before we do anything.
Jacob is showing no signs of brain activity. There's nothing more we can do for him. He wouldn't want to be kept alive by machines, so we're going to disconnect the life support. Dr. Smith is worried about Julia's reaction, though. She can't seem to let Jacob go. The stress is making her implants flare up, causing intense migraines. It'll probably be easier for everyone if we don't tell her until after we shut the life support down. Give her a chance to... Julia, what are you doing here? Why are you...
Look out!
You did the right thing, Commander.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
General distress call. The Sacred Angel medical transport. Critical system failure. Losing power. Emergency landing. Argos. Communications failing. Life support and emergency transponder. Won't last. Please hurry.
I know who runs this place.
Have you been here before?
No, but I was planning to come here before you and I met. This place belongs to a Turian scum named Ton Actus. It's a long story, but he's got something that belongs to me.
Well, what is it?
Family armor. It's been with us for over 5 generations. Turian military took it from my father's father after the war. Somehow this ass wound up with it. I want it back.
We'll get it back. Now let's move.
Right behind you.
Here it comes!
This is it. I can't believe my ancestors ever wore this piece of crap, but at least I've got it back.
I'm glad we could help you get it back.
I might just be starting to like you, Shepard. Let's get moving.
Ready.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now.
Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would've if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Normandy, this is Alliance Command. We're detecting your presence in the Attican Beta Cluster. One of our surveillance drones was gathering intel on Geth activities in the region when it was spotted and shot down. You need to go groundside and recover the drone's data module before the Geth find it.
This is the surveillance drone, but where's the data module? Oh, this will be fun.
Now it gets fun!
All targets down.
He dropped the data module.
It's a miracle the data module is still intact. Joker can transmit this info to Alliance Command.
Oh, I hate the autosaves of this game.
This is the surveillance drone, but where's the data module? Oh, this will be fun.
He dropped the data module.
It's a miracle the data module is still intact. Joker can transmit this info to Alliance Command.
I'll be back soon. Just gotta quickly go do something, so I'll try not to be too long. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I'll take away that comment now. Even though I know people say I'm playing anyway, but still. Right. Alright, Clayton, mate. How you doing? Ah, yes, the MSV Majesty. New man just finished college about an hour ago. Alright, nice, nice. Thoughts on the retained list for doing nothing too? Yeah, although there was something that I didn't actually notice mentioned in that, and I even looked at, you know, like players, you know, like beneath, like the under 23s and stuff, right? I didn't see anything mentioned about Chris Rigg, or I can't remember if I saw Watson like as well, and I'm not entirely sure on that, but I couldn't say their names. But yeah, the only major one so far is obviously like Winchester leaving, and Jacob Kearney, even though I know Kearney's been here a bit, but there again I think Adam Richardson can be like promoted to like third choice now, can't he? But there again, Adam Richardson might get promoted to be second choice, so that like if Patterson did leave before we brought in a replacement, and that just we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Even though there's no way Alex Bass should be like number 1 or anything. Alex Bass is alright as number 2 and that, but if Patterson wants to go, you definitely need a new goalkeeper. I would still get another goalkeeper anyway, because Patterson's okay at times, and I think we like mentioned this before. Like, Patterson's okay, but he's still bad with his bum and communication, and he's still very nervous with crosses and that, which for a goalkeeper you can't really do. Like, you've got to be very vocal, and you've got to be spot on with like commanding your box, and he's still very iffy, and his kicking's awful. Like, that's one thing that hasn't improved. His kicking is absolutely terrible, really bad. So that's why, I mean, yeah, like, if Patterson was sold, I mean, that's the thing, I'm not bothered if Patterson stays, but I'm not really bothered if he got sold either, because I think if we did get about 10 million for him, I think we could get a better goalkeeper for about £4 or £5 million, maybe even cheaper, or a free agent, you know what I mean? Everyone knew about Winchester, I knew about Harrison, Sonner, Kenny and Bond leaving. I didn't know. Alright, yeah. Yeah, Harrison, Sonner. Sonner, he always looked alright when I saw him. You know, like, whether it was pre-season or like not last season, the season before, back in League One, when he featured like in Papa John's Trophy games, I always thought Harrison Sonner looked, you know, decent. Like, he never looked bad or anything. So yeah, it's a shame, but that's the thing though. I mean, obviously, like, probably someone like Sonner could probably end up, you know, maybe trying his luck in maybe League 2 or something like that, maybe. But obviously, wish him well. Wilson would just under 23 leave. Well, that's it really. Like, aside from Winchester, and that's like, yeah, like so far, yeah, just pretty much like the under 23s and below. I know with the under 23s and that, I know was it Harry Gardner and Michael Spellman. They've been offered new contracts. I know that, so we'll just have to see whether they accept or not. Problem with Sonner, he's like 22, he really needs to play first team football and not want to do it. Yeah, I suppose that was a good point. I mean, to be honest, I didn't even realise he was that old. I was still thinking he was like 20 or 21, but yeah, the age of 22 and that he needs to be playing football, otherwise he's never going to like make it, is he? So yeah, maybe a move to like a top end conference side or somewhere in League 2, and that'll probably do the trick for him. So yeah, actually I'm just going to quickly change my controller, hang on. I suppose, like, some exciting news. Normally with Sunderland, we're usually waiting ages for our first, like, new signing, and it looks like it won't be long before we sign Joby. I don't know whether it's Joby or Job. I say Joby, but I know some people say Job, but it's Joby or Job. But I know, like, Joby, like, Bellingham will be joining soon. I think it might be next week or something, mightn't it? Apparently £3 million or something on a 3-year deal. I mean, obviously, I don't think he'll play a lot of games. I think he might be on the bench a lot, maybe like few appearances here and there, but at least if we do get him over the line, at least that'll be like one bit of business done really early on, which makes you hope that the club are going to get a move on this season and get business done, as you know, like early on, because normally we're very slow with recruitment. That's why I like Sunderland, and that I like to have like majority of our business done before pre-season, you know, so it gives all these players like time to gel in, like, for pre-season, because it always feels like we go into like pre-season and we only have about 2 or 3 new signings. You know what I mean? Like, I want us to go into pre-season with about 5 or 6 new signings, but obviously we'll just have to wait and see. Yes, the big news was that I didn't mention it, but we now know for sure that Pritchard's shooting a contract for next. Yeah, that is true. Well, yeah, like we knew that was going to happen. Like we knew Bart obviously automatically got his contract renewed. We knew Pritchard was going to, and obviously with Stewart. Although the thing is with Stewart, though, I mean, I know like people are talking about like Pritchard and stuff. I do think Pritchard will be here for at least one more season, and that obviously Bart will definitely be here for the whole season. We know that. But as for Stewart, I think Stewart might be here for the summer at least. But I do think eventually, I think the club might cash in on him in January. you know, so we don't lose them for nothing. I think they might sell them in January just to get a bit of money. Even if it only ended up being about £4 or £5 million or something, it's good money considering we only bought them for, what was it, £300,000 or £400,000, something like that. So I do think they will cash in on them eventually, but probably not until January. And that's why the club need to make sure they get in at least 2 strikers. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to be left short or anything. We don't want another I mean, yeah, don't get us wrong. Last season was really good. I enjoyed that last season, but the lack of depth in certain areas last season was ridiculous. And we always seem to be short and it's either defence or up front. We're always left short all the time. Next season we need to make sure we've got plenty of options all over the pitch. Because I truly believe in that. If we'd brought in another 2 or 3 players in January and that, I'm not saying we would have definitely won the playoffs, but I think we would have got to the final at least in that if we had a bit more depth. But obviously it wasn't to be. What's your thoughts on not signing Minshew? For me, it didn't sound like he wanted to stay. Someone who wouldn't. Well, yeah, some people saying that he didn't want to and that. I mean, I am a little bit disappointed because I like Minshew and that. He was grown on us and that. When we first got him, I wasn't really. I mean, I always thought yeah, he's a talented lad because obviously he's come through because he's PSG and stuff and he's had a bit of experience. But once he started getting a run of games, I thought, yeah, he's decent, a little bit lightweight, of course, but technically gifted footballer, good on the ball, but obviously the club didn't want to take up the option. But at the same time, if Minshew didn't want to stay and that, well then yeah, what's the point in bringing someone back permanent who didn't want to be here? What the hell? Oh my god. Yeah, well shoot, I think he'll stay this summer and it depends what if it's... Well yeah, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, if he signs a new contract and that before January, well then yeah, we know he'll be here for the full season. But if there's no new contract or anything, then I think he will go in January. There we go.
Not in the middle of a fight.
God, I hate those glitches. I thought I was gonna have to go back to auto save there. Oh, that was annoying. Sign another wing in something because that way on. You have Lahaji Bennett. That goes back up. Oh yeah, we definitely need another winger. To be honest, right? I mean, we are looking at that lad from Chile, aren't we? That Alexander Ravina, and that lad 20-year-old who can play up front but also play on the wing. So he could be an option. We definitely need to replace Diallo. To be honest, I would possibly say maybe 2 wingers, maybe another left winger, just in case, because we might lose Clark potentially. There is a possibility if Palace and Brentford up their interest, I think there's a possibility Clark could go. I think Roberts will stay. I know, there might be interest in Roberts, but I think with Roberts' age of 26, I can potentially see Roberts staying here for another 2 or 3 years, if I'm being honest. Because I think Roberts has fell back in love with football, at Sunderland. So the only 2 players who were contracted, who I think are likely to be sold maybe in the summer, is Patterson and Clark, in my opinion. I think everyone else will stay. I mean, hopefully that Lahaji will come good this season. I mean, I didn't really see that much like in him and that when he did make a few appearances, but a full pre-season, more game time next season, hopefully we'll see like, you know, the best of him. I mean, he could be a surprise package next season, you never know. And Jewison Bennett's definitely got potential. I mean we all like Dewey and that, don't we? I mean, obviously for an 18-year-old and that, when he has been on the pitch, he really has shown glimpses of, you know, like quality and potential. So a full pre-season for him, and that, and a little bit more game time for him next season, and that. There is makings next season of a really, really good squad, but it all comes down to who we keep and if we get recruitment spot on. Now, in terms of recruitment, we do need more experience in. We really do. We need about 2 or 3 experience signings. If they want to sign more kids, that's fine. Like, yes, if they want to like use majority of the budget on young talent, that's fine. But they've got to bring in 2 or 3 experienced players. They have to. They really do. Even if it is a 29-year-old, a 30-year-old, or 31-year-old, do it. Why not? I think Clark will stay, to be honest. If anyone's going to leave, it'll be Patterson. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. But like, it'll be it'll either be one of the 2 or both of them, or might not even be either of them. I don't know. But yeah, out of the ones that's mentioned, like I said, the only one that I wouldn't be too bothered about if we did sell is Patterson, because I think there's a better goalkeeper out there, to be honest. I mean, nothing against Patterson, obviously, one of our own came through the academy, loves the club and everything, but I just don't think he's as good as what people say he is. He's not awful, but he's not great either. He has got mistakes in him, and like I said, his distribution and his kicking is pretty poor. So, I think we could get a goalkeeper on a free. That is better than Patterson, or a goalkeeper for about £2-3 million or something like that. I'll tell you what, right? I thought of this the other day, like, let us know what you think, right? Wolves want Patterson now, don't they? I would love a swap deal if we give Wolves Patterson for 10 mil and they give us Daniel Bentley on a free. I know the Wolves only signed Bentley like in January, right, for what was it, a couple £100,000 or £1 million, something like that. But I think Daniel Bentley's a better goalkeeper than Patterson. A swap deal, Bentley for Patterson, I think that'd be quite good, to be honest. I'd take that. I mean, what's Bentley? 28. He's experienced. He was a pretty good goalkeeper at Bristol City, and that's so. I would take Bentley in a heartbeat. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I know it probably wouldn't happen, but it's just if Wolves really did show like genuine interest and they put a £10 million bid in, I'd be like, alright, but give us Daniel Bentley then. And then Patterson could be the new like number 2 and that, or pushing Jose Sarr. I mean, on his day and that, I mean, I know he played for Bristol City, but on his day, I actually thought Daniel Bentley and that, like, on his day was actually, like, one of the best like goalies in the Championship on his day. Also, likes of Wright, Diaco, Anderson, Embo, in terms of the main players who play most of it, I can't see many leaving, yeah. Well, to be honest, I think Embleton will stay. I know Bailey Wright's contracted, but I do think Bailey Wright will leave. I think Diaco will probably go out on loan again, if I'm being honest. I know a lot of people would probably say, yeah, sell Diaco and that, but personally, I would still keep Diaco because I've just got a funny feeling if we sell him, we'll make a big mistake and then he'll go to some other team and he'll start tearing it up. I know he didn't do well with his own spell at St. Gallen in Switzerland. I know it was a bit of a disaster, but I just feel like if we sell him somewhere, he get his career on track and then he become a world beater or something. The problem with Diaco though is that he's only contracted for yeah, I suppose that is something in that, but I don't know, it's a funny one. It just depends on whether the club actually say, like, you know, the long-term potential in him, because he is still young, so I don't know. I mean, yeah, if it came down to January, and obviously he hadn't even been sent out on loan or something, and he wasn't getting any game time, and I suppose worst case scenario, you probably would have to cash in on him. Even if it was only for like 500k or like £1 million or something like that, I suppose you'd have to. That should. Whether he's got an option in it, I don't know, but I can't see him getting another contract after the one he has. No, after the one he has expires. This must be the first summon forever we haven't. Oh, well, we aren't splitting over people saying you contract. I know Spellman, someone else in talk. Yeah, like Spellman and Harry Gardner had said. But obviously they're only under 23s and that, so it's not like major or anything. Yeah, Michael Spellman and Harry Gardner. And you have to think as well that I know obviously we need like a lot of recruitment like this season to try and like push on. I mean, even Mowbray's like been saying that like yeah, the expectations will be higher this season to make sure you finish in the top 6 again. But obviously he knows that like competition will be more like harder this time, which is true. You got Southampton coming down from the Prem. You're going to have either Leicester, Leeds or Everton, like 2 of them 3 that are going to come down. So yeah, but at the same time you got Jay Matete, you know, coming back. I mean Matete could end up being a key player for us this season. You never know. I mean, I was a little bit disappointed when he actually got loaned out at the time last season. I mean, yeah, he needed to play games and that, but I did actually think last season he actually didn't look too bad. When the few little times he did actually like make appearances for us, I thought he did okay.
Hello again, Commander Shepard. I owe you a debt of gratitude. With my former partners dead, this syndicate is now mine. I could not have done it without you.
I killed them because they deserved it. Now I'm placing you under arrest.
Surely you don't think that necessary. Under my leadership, this organization will restrict itself to gambling and smuggling illegal technologies. These crimes are hardly worth your time.
Oh, Plymouth too well, to be honest, as my
Press the
girlfriend's a
issue,
Plymouth.
my
Ah,
assistants
right, okay.
are very well equipped to deal with you.
This gang has a reputation for drugs and
I really
slavery.
hope Chef Wed win the playoff final, but I think that's Monday, isn't it? I mean, obviously, if Barnsley do win it, and that, like, fair enough, but I would like to see Chef Wed back in the championship and that, because obviously, you know, a massive club, like Chef Wed are the biggest club in League One, and obviously Chef Wed don't deserve to be in League One, and that's all. I really hope Chef Wed women, like, come up with, like, this season.
Now, do we have a deal?
You're free to go. I don't ever want to see this gang again. If I do...
She's from Plymouth, but she moved up here with her family when she was... Alright, okay.
Break my word to a Spectre.
Fair enough.
Now, if you'll excuse
the only team I've got a problem with at the bit, like, aside from Newcastle, obviously, but the only team I have a problem with is just Luton. And it's not the fact that Luton beat us or anything, it's got nothing to do with that. The reason I've got a problem with Luton is because of how dirty they are. They're an absolutely dirty side, and that they're just as bad as Millwall. And that, I mean, yes, I'm not denying that, yes, they deserve to beat us in the second leg. I've got no problem with that, but like, you look at the first leg and the second leg, the amount of times they hack you down and that, I mean, alright, I'll hold my hands up. Gelhardt should have been sent off in the first leg. I'll admit that, right, with that elbow to Lockyer's face. Like, in the Premier League, Gelhardt would have been sent off, right? But that's the thing. Marvellous Nakamba should have missed the second leg. He should have got sent off in the first leg. And then you look in the second leg, before they got the corner, which led to the second goal, but when Carlton Morris should have been sent off for his, like when he stamped on and Dan Neil's bum and foot. You know what I mean? And that's like, Luton go away with a lot of bad bumming like tackles and stuff in the game. Really dirty side and very negative team, play shite football as well. So yeah, I just don't like Luton at the minute. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Coventry myself either, but if I had to choose, I would rather Coventry like win the playoff final than Luton. But what I will say is, it doesn't matter whoever wins, because I think whoever like does go up, I think they'll just come straight back down anyway. Both teams haven't got the money. I know that obviously that you're going to get £135 million and that for going up through the playoffs, right? But I just think both teams will have to invest a lot of money away from the playing squad. I mean, Luton would have to spend a lot of money, you know, on like on the stadium and everything. They might have to get a new stadium, and Coventry, like, financially, Coventry's had a few problems in recent seasons, you know what I mean? So I think whoever wins the playoffs, I think they'll probably finish rock bottom of the Premier League. I really do. I just don't think they'll be able to strengthen the teams enough. Yeah, it would be very harsh on Sheffield to 96. Exactly, it would be. I mean, their comeback against Peterborough was absolutely fantastic. I thought they were dead and buried after the first leg, but to come back and win, yeah, really happy for Sheffield. The ref in both games are dreadful. Yep, I agree. I mean, yeah, like I said, like, the ref was bad, and but like I says, the ref was bad for both teams, because like I said, Gelhardt should have been sent off in the first leg as well for that elbow, and that, but they should have had 2 red cards in each game. So yeah. My girlfriend said she wants Coventry to go because they beat us. She supports both us and Plymouth. Ah, nice. Yeah. But yeah, I know we usually do have that a little bit of a rivalry with Coventry and that, but I would, like, I mean, ideally, I wouldn't normally go for Coventry like to get promoted, but out of them and Luton, I would rather Coventry. And to be fair with that, I mean, Luton, obviously a League One club, punching above the weight, whereas Coventry have gone through a lot of crap in recent years themselves and that, and yeah, and they've got a good manager. I do like Mark Robbins. I think he's a very good manager, so I would say, like, yeah, I would just like them and Coventry to win. I mean, I know Coventry are like a physical side and can be dirty at times like Luton, but I do feel like at least Coventry try to play a bit of football, whereas Luton play no football whatsoever. It's all set pieces, it's all cross-field passes, and that. It's just flick-ons and everything. It's just very physical and that. They are not a football inside Luton, they're really not. I mean, honestly, like, to finish third in the championship playing that way, Christ almighty. I mean, yeah, I know, like, obviously, like, if it was getting us success, I know we wouldn't complain and that, but it's just hate, like, when, like, teams are that blooming dirty and that, it really pissed us off, it really did. I mean, I'm usually, like, pretty emotional, right, and I do sometimes, you know, like, complain, you know, like, if Sunderland, you know, lose, like, a big game or anything and that, and I was disappointed, don't get us wrong, but I was more angry in that with the way Luton played, rather than us actually, like, not making it to Wembley. I'm looking forward to Plymouth away because I promised her I would take her to a game, let me tell you. Oh yeah, like Plymouth's like one of the longest like trips, isn't it? Yeah, it's like trips to like Wales or like the south coast and that, so yeah. I was just thinking that even Ipswich and that could be a surprise package next season. I wouldn't be surprised if Ipswich and that. I'm not saying Ipswich will do it like what we did last season, but I wouldn't be surprised that if Ipswich did the best of the promoted sides. I do think if Chef Wedge like win the final, I think Chef Wedge will do okay, and that I think Plymouth will probably just scrape up. I think Plymouth might struggle out the three promoted sides, but I think Plymouth will probably do a Rotherham and probably just survive in that. But I think Ipswich will probably do the best in that because Ipswich do have the money, and that because I think they've got American owners, haven't they? So
just lead the way.
Honestly, I would hate if Sunderland played the way Luton. You hate it? I mean, I deep down I wouldn't complain if it was getting you like success and stuff, and it got you in the Premier League and that. But yeah, it's not pretty in that. Like, and it's not proper football, but I suppose it is easy to see in that when obviously, like, I mean, we play fantastic football. We really, I mean, look at, I mean, I was watching, you know, all our goals that we scored on the Sunderland YouTube channel, and that some of the football we played last season was absolutely like brilliant. It really was for a newly promoted side, especially that Clark goal against Redden, like the playing out from the back. As you can imagine, I hope Plymouth do the best, but if being honest, I think Ipswich was. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I'll put it this way: if it is Chef Wed that joins Plymouth and Ipswich, I think all promoted sides will stop up. If Barnsley win the playoff final, however, well, I think Barnsley will go straight back down because Barnsley definitely haven't got the money. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, like I said, I've got nothing against Barnsley or anything like that, but Barnsley would definitely finish rock bottom in my opinion. I just feel like Chef Wed would have a better advantage because of the size of the club and the fan base and everything, whereas for Barnsley, probably not. The problem with Chef Wed's squad, its own. Yeah, I mean, plenty of experience there, but yeah, you're right, it is an aging squad. I think that's probably like maybe why like next season Chef Wed will probably look to like, I mean, even if they're still in League One, they'll probably look to sign a few more like younger players. See, isn't it funny? Like Sunderland and Chef Wed are just like quite the opposite, right? We're a very young squad, but we do know we need a little bit of experience to come in, right? To help us. And then you've got Chef Wed.
I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated
and then you've got Chef Wed, who've got plenty of experience in older players, but they could do with a little bit of youth. So yeah, I think Rotherham will go down next season and Cardiff will. Yeah, I could potentially say that. Well, to be honest, Cardiff would have got relegated this season if it wasn't for Redden's points deduction. So Cardiff were lucky. Cardiff did actually sign quite a lot of players last season as well. Yeah, I think Cardiff and that probably brought in the most players out of all the teams in the Championship last season, but it just never really clicked for Cardiff. Like, not consistent, not a proper goal scorer or anything. Yeah, look at you still. I mean, Rotherham show a lot of fight. I mean, they don't really play good football, and that they're quite physical, but I do have respect for Rotherham because obviously they don't punch above the weight or anything like that, do you know what I mean? Like, where, like, Whereas Luton are punching above the weight, but they're still acting the way they play, like a blooming, like a League 2, League 1 club. QPR depends on how, you know what I mean, how you pick up only 13 points from 27 games. I won't. Oh no, yeah. Yeah, QPR were lucky in the end, weren't they? I mean, QPR started the season really good, didn't they? But once they lost Michael Beale to Rangers, they just fell apart. I mean, I thought the appointment of Gareth Ainsworth would have been okay in that. I mean, yeah, I know he kept them up in the end, but for a time it did look like QPR were going to go down. Huddersfield probably down there. He came with Warnock. To be honest, I actually don't think so, to be honest. And I think if Warnock stayed on for another season, I don't think Huddersfield will finish in the top half or anything. But I wouldn't be surprised if Huddersfield finished comfy mid-table under Warnock, because their form near the end of the season was absolutely fantastic. And that, I mean, they went to Riverside and won, didn't they? And that's, I mean, they beat Sheffield United to survive as well. I think they went to Watford and won as well, didn't they? So, yeah, so, I don't know. I think Huddersfield will, like, do alright. Right, as long as Warnock's still there. If not, then they could be in bother. If QPR didn't have a good start, they would have went, yeah, that is true. I'll tell you what will be interesting next season, and that, like, a career mode in League 1 with Reading. And that's because, I mean, that's the thing, Reading are not a massive club or anything like that, but in terms of the players that they have got as it stands, on paper, Reading's going to have the best squad in League 1. Unless, like, depending on what, if Sheffield actually goes up or not. So, yeah, I think career mode with Reading might be interesting next season. Reading, Derby, Wigan, Blackpool, Peterborough, Charlton, Bolton, Portsmouth. Yeah, that's why it was massive that we actually went up when we did in that, because just think how competitive League 1 was last season. Yeah, like last season, I mean, yeah, like, you would have thought Derby would have actually finished in the playoffs last season, and obviously it didn't happen. And yeah, like you said, with Reading, like Wigan and Blackpool going down and that, and teams like Peterborough, Charlton, Bolton and Portsmouth that didn't, and that, I mean, Portsmouth are like massively like underachieving as well. What did I get the fresher more? That was quick. I was going to say, I knew I didn't get it. Seeing the likes of Derby and Reading gambling trying to get into the Premier League in has backfired big. Yeah, that is true. I mean, I know Derby's okay now and that with the new like ownership and everything and that, but it was their previous owner, that Mel, like Morris and that, like didn't he like buy the rights to the Bowman like Pride Park or something like as well? Like he actually bought the Bowman Stadium. I mean, that didn't help things either. Well, just think there's problems at Wigan as well, and that, I mean, the Wigan players aren't even getting paid. And that's weird, that, because Wigan's owners are from Bahrain in the Middle East, and that you think they'd be loaded with money, but obviously they clearly aren't running the club properly, and that because players haven't been paid like the wages for like the past like what 3 or 4 months or something. So that's a thing in that. Well, actually, Wigan will struggle next season in League One because haven't they already been given a points deduction for next season? So Wigan's going to automatically like start at the bottom of the table. So Wigan will not be coming back up to the Championship anytime soon. Yeah, Wigan will be probably lucky if they finish in the top half. I mean, they'll still attract like decent players, of course they will, and that. But it just depends if they get any more points deductions or anything. Start next season. Yeah, 8 points. -8. That's not a good sign for a club wanting to get back in the Championship the first. Exactly. It's weird that, isn't it? Because it feels like Wigan are getting bad luck with owners, because before the current owners, that they had like bumming problems before, and that with like, you know, money and that, you know, where they could have went out of business and that. You know the season like not the season we got promoted, the season like before and that, like they'd like come down like from the Championship, but they actually just managed to scrape up. Like you know, even though they had like all like the problems and they're having to play like a lot of kids and everything, and then the season after they got the new owners and they ended up, you know, actually like winning the league and that. But then obviously back in the Championship they're getting financial problems again because the players not getting like paid the wages, and then obviously points deductions, and they're getting points deductions next season. So Wigan's a very weird club at the minute. It's just weird. Really, I don't like Wigan, but yeah, I get what you mean. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, some Wigan fans are okay, but some Wigan fans are like absolutely like horrible and that. But yeah, in a way you do feel for them, because in a way, like, as much as you hear teams and stuff and that, you don't want to say like teams and that, you know, getting points deductions and stuff like that, unless it's Man City, obviously. That's a different story. Because obviously Man City, you know, been cheating the whole system and everything and that, but like other teams and that, you don't wish like, you know, like financial problems and risk of like, you know, potentially going out of business in the future and that, you don't wish that on anyone aside from Man City. So I know that sounds horrible, but Wigan fans are obsessed with us as a Newcastle. Oh, the whole Newcastle thing is just absolutely weird. And that, I mean, why are you still like obsessed with us for? And that, I mean, for Christ's sake, you've got Champions League football next season, and that, just bloody enjoy it and that. But yet you're still having like digs at us and that, and still being like on our like you know, like Twitter pages and stuff like that. Just why? You don't get Sunderland fans going over to like theirs and stuff, being like obsessed and stuff. You know what I mean? And they always clear that they're the biggest club, like in the North East. Well, if they're the biggest club in the North East, why are they so obsessed with us for? It's weird. I'm not saying all the fans are like that. Not all of them, but majority of them are. Just qualified for the Champions League and about us. I thought funny, yeah. Just weird. Just absolutely weird. I mean, yeah, they might always think they're bigger than us, right? You know, because they've won more trophies than us, and yes, they have played Champions League football, this and that, right? But one thing that I will always say that we always have like an advantage over the Mags is that we've actually won the league more times than them. They've only won the league 4 times, we've won the league 6 times. We dominated English football in the late 1800s and the early 1900s. We were the best team in the country back then. So, like, we have got cases to say we are bigger than them. I know some people will probably say we're not, but if you go and buy league titles, well, we are bigger because we've won the league 2 more times than them. You even had Alan Shearer tweeting, oh, I know, saying if you ever seen a Macam in Milan or something like that. Oh, fucking hell, man. Just ridiculous. I like did you see what someone did to counter that? When they actually, did a bum and tweet saying why Jordan Henderson playing in Milan. I mean, yeah, he wasn't, not with Sunderland, but he was at Macam. Obviously with Liverpool in the Champions League. that was actually a decent counter, that. Because Shearer didn't say, have you ever seen the Sunderland team in Milan? And that, but all he said was, have you ever seen a Macam in Milan? Well, yes, Jordan Henderson. So, that's something. Do you know what, to be honest, right, and I'm not just saying this just because of the whole rivalry and that, but I think the Mags will they'll struggle next season. I really do. Because, yeah, they'll spend more money and stuff, I know that, but I just feel like because they haven't experienced European football for a long time, I mean, they haven't played in the Champions League for 25 years or something, and they haven't played European football in, 11, 12 years or whatever it is, or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if the Mags actually fell out of the top 4 next season. I don't think they'll massively struggle mid-table or anything like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Mags end up finishing 5th or 6th or maybe 7th next season. Because it is going to be harder for them. They're going to need a bigger squad. Because that's the thing, they've been lucky this season in that. Because they haven't got a big squad or anything. And a lot of their bench players are championship quality players. I mean, don't get us wrong, I would like to have some of them at Sunderland, mind you. Especially in the championship. But they would need a bigger squad, and the whole getting used to the travelling in Europe and everything, it might interfere with them in the league, so I think they might actually dip a little bit next season. Ahmad will be in Milan next season. Well, he's not born bred Macam and that, but I see your point, because obviously he was on loan with us, but yeah. Although there's still little hints here and there and stuff, and that Diallo might come back. I know it's very unlikely in that, but I think it just depends. If he doesn't impress with Man United in pre-season, I think we'll be first in the queue to bring him back on loan again. I don't think it will happen, but I suppose you can't really give up hope in that. Anything's possible. Also need a big squad with better squad players, because it's okay having players, but if they aren't good enough, it means. Well, yeah, exactly, and that because there is a reason, and that why they never did any squad rotation hardly, and that unless they had injuries or that, sometimes they had no choice. But if they had gone through a season, imagine the Mags going through a season like us. Just say if they lost Fabian Schär and Sven Botman, Kieran Trippier, if they lost those defenders and that to play for makeshift defence, right? They wouldn't have finished in the Champions League if they had the injury crisis we've had. And that, yes, I'm not denying that the Mags have done well this season. They have, unfortunately. I hate to say it, but they have had a good season. And that, but if they had had an injury crisis, they wouldn't have been anywhere near the top 4. They would have just finished probably just scraped top 10 if they had a massive injury crisis. Ahmed has been making some interesting comments on Twitter about his future. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the thing of that. I mean, maybe it might come down to a Man United decision, but how do you not know? He loved it here so much that he feels I'm not done with Sunderland until I help them get back in the Premier League. You know what I mean, yeah, don't get us wrong. I still think that Diallo wasn't as good the second half of the season as what he was in the first half of the season. I thought first half of the season, I thought he was absolutely unbelievable. Second half of the season, performance-wise, I don't think he was at his best. But he was still producing moments of magic and moments of quality, which showed he is a talented player that is going to be world class one day. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, I would still take him back in a heartbeat all day long. If we got Diallo back next season, and if we recruit properly, get better luck with injuries, we've got a better chance of getting promoted next season. But obviously that's a dream. But even if we can't get Diallo back than that, I still think this club should be aiming to finish in the top 6 again. I know it's going to be hard, but that's what the goal's got to be. Yes, we overachieved last season, especially with our injury crisis and the fact that we are still operating on a low wage bill, which I find ridiculous, to be honest. And that's so obviously, to finish 6th for newly promoted side is fantastic. But next season, we've got to aim to try and do better, or at the very minimum, do exactly the same. So, worst case scenario, like, minimum it's got to be 6th place again. Worst case scenario, you know, like pushing for top 6, but you're unlucky and you miss out on that, you know, by a couple of points or something. And that, but best case scenario, if you want to improve on last season, you've got to try and finish 5th or 4th, you know, something like that. Our back four was just having to play. Oh, but. Our back four was just having to play like Murphy, Trippier, Long. Yeah, exactly. If they had a like an injury crisis like us, like what their bloody like makeshift defence would have looked like, yeah. Nicole just moves on its one. Proteus. Do you know Peterborough have transfer listed Clark Harris? Yeah, I saw that. I mean, before and that, I was a little bit split on it, right? But you know, honestly, right now, RC's worth a gamble. Why not? He's only got a year left on his contract. He's not going to cost as much money as what Peterborough were hoping before. They were probably wanting about like £2.5–3 million from him. Like Clark Harris, right? They need to, obviously they want to sell him because they don't want to lose him like for free. Like obviously like the end of next season. I think you could get Clark Harris for like £1 million. Why not? I mean, yeah, a lot of people do say that Clark Harris doesn't do well in the Championship, but last time in the Championship, what was it, he only scored, what was it, like 11–12 goals or something? But that was with a poor team, with better quality players around him, an experienced striker like Clark Harris who was physical, good finisher, bit of pace about him. I think Clark Harris could actually do well, so I say, why not take a gamble on Clark Harris? Why not? The only reason I can't think is that he only has a year left on his contract and he's made it clear I'm going to sign a new contract, yeah. Oh, I look at every plan. Yeah, I wouldn't say no to that, right? Like, while Ross Stewart, like works, you know, like, on fitness, get Clark Harrison as an experienced striker, and then I don't mind if the club want to fetch in a young striker, and then you got 3 strikers. I wouldn't mind then. Why not? Yeah, I mean, when they're all fit, right, then you've got Stewart and Clark as your 2 experienced strikers, and then you got a young lad that's waiting in the wings, and that just say, like, if Stewart leaves, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'll say why not. I'm actually not against it now. I would actually take Clark Harris. Anyway, in more positive news, I have a week off college, and then I'm only back for 2 weeks, and I'm off for the summer. Hey! Decent. That's good. I can't wait to tell my classmates. Can't you bury my girlfriend? All my classmates hate. You bet my girlfriend this other lad. Yeah. I speak my mind and they don't like it, yeah?
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Where does this a lad in my class is trying to get with my last one? She's already sort of told him that she isn't really interested in, yeah, and the fact that she's already like going out with, you know, like with you as well, so obviously, yeah, that's a bit weird. I'm gonna leave her alone, yeah. Should probably tell like a college like tutor or something about it. Because obviously it's like weird and that, like when he won't like leave her alone and everything and she's not interested. So.
Only a fool punches a gnat in the mouth. He should sneak around and pull its tail.
Got me wrong for going out with her. You're wait, yeah? Someone told me his face dropped when she touched me on the shoulder, so that's... Yeah, that is. Yeah, it just sounds like someone that's really obsessive. Pulled it about it today, but guess who? You got wrong for us.
Remember to stay hydrated.
Remember to stay hydrated. As I told them everything to do. But as they saw a little time in the college here, they don't know about it. Both me and her are moving on from him, but we are still in the same college next year. There's still every chance to see him about. Out and about. I guess you like hopefully you just have to hope that you don't bump into him as much, or hopefully from his point of view, his obsession wears off and that. You know what I mean? The first week we go back, he's on holiday, so he won't be there till the last week. Yeah. And something else, he tried to follow her on Instagram and Snapchat when she told him to not even. I'm gonna follow. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, about him. Just can't catch it. Yeah, yeah, like I say, he definitely sounds a little bit obsessive and a little bit strange. Yeah, so it seems like someone that just can't take a hint. But like I said, like hopefully for your sake, and that hopefully that eventually and that the novelty for him will wear off and that, and then you'll move on to something else. The problem is that she's a nice person, she will talk to everyone, but probably doesn't. Well, yeah, but that's the thing though, and that obviously, if you're a friendly person and that, like, you shouldn't always like feel like you can't like talk to like anyone, like just in case like they become too clingy and stuff, you know what I mean? Like that shouldn't like always be the case and that. I mean, technically people should be allowed to be like like a friendly person. I mean, technically, when you think about it, the world would be a better place than that if everyone was just like a friendly person and everyone was friendly with each other, do you know what I mean? But unfortunately, that's not the case. Really nice, she'll hold you. If anything to do with anything for anyone. Yeah, I get what you mean. She lives with her nana since her granddad died. Oh, sorry to hear that. I'm pretty sure, like, on this like Legendary Edition, I'm sure that had more GIF at this part. Like, I'm pretty sure before there was only, like, the Stalkers and the Bone Colossus and, like, maybe one or two, like, regular ones. Yeah, that's just me. I also remember that, yeah, for the wrong reasons, but I get into it. Yeah, that's understandable. Anyway, who do you think coming down from the Premier League? For me, Leicester and Leeds. Yeah, it's looking that way. I mean, it's in Everton's hands. I mean, all Everton needs, like, Everton just need a point, don't they, against Bournemouth? I mean, that's still like a tricky game when you think about it, because you never know what to expect with Bournemouth. That, I mean, one game you could get Bournemouth that could just turn up with that, like, because on the day Bournemouth can't actually bum, aside from Man City, I suppose, but on the day, like, Bournemouth can cause anyone problems, but like at Goodison Park with the fans behind them, you would think Everton should be able to get at least a point in that. But yeah, I mean, Leeds play Spurs. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Leeds beat Spurs, but I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs won either, so that one could go either way. As for Leicester and West Ham, Leicester look so toothless right now, they really do. I mean, they got an alright point at St James's, even though it was funny they nearly beat the Mags with the only shot of the game. But yeah, Leicester just look really, really bad at the minute. I don't know why either in that, because Leicester should not be at risk of going down, not with the team they've got. Like, Leicester's been a massive like surprise in terms of struggling this season. Obviously, with a team like Leeds and like Everton and that, I mean, that you feel like it's like, you know, like it's been coming and stuff. But Leicester's a big shock. I think Leicester will beat West Ham, to be honest, but I think Everton will do their job. All right, okay. Yeah, well, like I said, all they need is a point. Whatever it needs. Also, a point not actually good enough, and actually, maybe I've been looking at the table wrong. So Everton have to like win. And that's so points. No, it's like it's Sunday. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because yeah, that's right. Because Leicester's got a better goal difference. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't actually realise that. Like, to be honest, that's so yeah. Like, so Everton drew against Bournemouth, and if Leicester beat West Ham, then yeah, Everton's down. Yeah. I think the only reason that Leicester's got the better goal difference out of Everton and Leeds, and that is just because Leicester, like, have probably out of the three, have probably like got a better defence, maybe. But I mean, Leeds and that's definitely out with Leeds' hands. I mean, for Leeds to stop them and that, bloody hell. Like, I think the only way Leeds could bloody like stop was they would need Leicester to blooming slip up, and obviously Everton to blooming like slip up as well. That's I think Everton lose. I think they're gone. Yeah. Yeah, so it's massive in that. So yeah, I thought Everton only needed a point, but obviously Everton need to win because, yeah, like I said, like if Leicester win and Everton only get a point, then yeah, Leicester stop and Everton go down. Yeah, just imagine if Everton like actually went down and that. I mean that's the thing. That I mean, yeah, we are a massive club, but Everton is a club that I would say that is actually bigger than Sunderland. Do you know what I mean? So if Everton went down, that'd be like one of the biggest clubs that like get relegated like in recent years. You know what I mean? I think it would really hurt them, Everton as well, going down like financially. I think it actually said that Everton like could be in like massive like trouble if they actually went down and that like off the pitch. So, and they're another like Man City as well. Aren't Everton getting like investigated or something for dodgy dealings going on behind the scenes or something? Wouldn't be surprised if leads Everton this. Yeah, like if they all like manage to like win their games, yeah. But that's the thing, if they all win the games, like it makes no difference. And that both Leicester and Leeds will be down because Everton's done their job. So, but yeah, you wouldn't be surprised if they all like did the job. Yeah, that's a good point.
Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Are you okay? What happened to you?
Listen, this thing I'm in is
I'll go back to for saying this, but I honestly think if Tottenham didn't have Kane, they would be in relegation. Bye. You never know. I'll tell you something. Chelsea deserve to be in the relegation fight with how bad they've been this season. I know Spurs have been crap as well, but Chelsea like really deserve to be in a relegation fight. Spend nearly half a blooming £1 billion in 2 transfer windows, and that absolutely awful Chelsea they really are, and that they deserve to be in a relegation fight. They really do. You don't rate that team one bit? Well, Spurs. Why, Spurs have got some good players and that, but the problem is that it's just that they're a very hit and miss team. Like 1 minute, like Spurs can look good, and then the next minute they're awful. Chelsea, that were dreadful yesterday. They had some good chances though. They had some really good chances. I mean, Christ. I know Man United won 4-1, but just think though, in the first half, if Chelsea took the chances, they could have been about 2 or 3-1 up. The problem is Chelsea can't score goals, and defensively they're an absolute mess. So, yeah. I mean, the last 2 games, I think Chelsea haven't played that bad. I thought they played alright against City. I know the scoreline looks worse than that, but I think it flattered Man United a little bit. The last 2 games, I think they have actually played okay, but they just can't score goals. How can you spend $500 million and not set? Well, yeah, like a proper proven goal scorer. I know, it's ridiculous.
How'd you end up in there?
I was exploring the ruins when the Geth showed up, so I hid in here. Can you believe that? Geth beyond the veil! I activated the tower's defenses. I knew the barrier curtains would keep them out. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please.
Your mother is working with Sarah. Whose side are you on?
What? I am not on anybody's side. I may be Benezia's daughter, but I'm nothing like her. I have not spoken to her in years. Please, just get me out of here.
We just need to figure some way past this energy field.
It's a Prothean barrier curtain. I knew it would keep me safe from the Geth. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please.
We'll find some way to help you.
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses cannot be shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here. Be careful. There is a Krogan with the Geth. They have been trying different ways to get past the barrier.
Wouldn't swap Clark for Mudrick, no. Yeah, Mudrick is quite bad, isn't he? I mean, yeah, as much as Clark is frustrated and that, like, yeah, I would have to admit, like, yeah, like, I'd definitely Clark over Mudrick. I mean, yeah, I know Mudrick could come good eventually, but from what I've seen right now, 88.5 million? My arse. Jesus Christ. And just think, Arsenal wanted to sign him as well. Christ, I'm actually glad Arsenal signed Trossard instead. Leandro Trossard's a much better player than, like, Mudrick. Because that's the one thing that they should have thought of, like, at least Trossard's got Premier League experience, whereas Mudrick, why, no. Chelsea fan me and let me let's take the piss out of him. Yeah. I mean, I know they're getting Pochettino next season, and I don't think Pochettino, but should do a good job for them. And I mean, I like Pochettino; he's a good manager. But I still think where Chelsea went wrong this season is I don't know why they sacked them and Thomas Tuchel for. You don't sack a manager that won you the Champions League. I'd find that ridiculous.
Oh, how did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
We have to get you out of here before more Geth arrive.
Yes, you're right. I've seen enough of them to last a lifetime. That button should shut down my containment field.
I think about the lad, I forgot. Girlfriend had to tell you to stop.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
Stop touching her.
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on.
The lad made her feeling.
I still cannot believe it.
Uncomfortable, yeah.
Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Venezia's involved?
Saren's looking for the conduit. You're a Prothean expert. Obviously, he wants you to help him find it.
The conduit, but I don't know.
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event. We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister.
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
If I die in here, I'll kill him.
Tiny touch on the shoulder, he had a right face, yeah.
case you didn't notice, this place is falling apart.
Exhilarating, isn't it? Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
She'll stay with us, thanks.
Not an option. Saren wants her, and he always gets what he wants. Kill him. Spare the Asari if you can. None, doesn't matter.
Comments released close to getting relegated. No, I haven't. What was it? Or was it like something daft, like a pound or something? I think that. I might be wrong with that, but I remember there was. I can't remember who it was. It was a Blackpool goalkeeper before with that, where his release clause that was like 50k. Wow. I'll tell you something of that. Like, I mean, would Tom Ince really guarantee our team at the minute? I mean, maybe as a playmaker, like ahead of Pritchard potentially, but 50k at that, I mean, I wouldn't say no to that. You know what I mean? Christ, that's I say that's worth it. That's a bargain. I mean, I still think Tom Ince is a player with full quality. I definitely wouldn't play Tom Ince as a winger anymore. I think he's too old for that. But I think as a number 10, I think Tom Ince could probably do a job. And better quality players around them. He wouldn't be my first choice, but if we are really struggling, I definitely will take a chance. Yeah, it could be like one of those, like maybe like if you took a little gamble, and that might pay off. I mean, wages could be a bit of an issue.
10 more seconds, we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
Joker pulled our asses out of there. I think he's earned the right to a few bad jokes.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you.
Was he?
You saved my life.
He's about 30, 31 now, something like that.
Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise.
Yep, Tom Ince is 31.
Years trying to figure out what happened to them.
He turns 32 in January.
How old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours, but among the Asari, I am barely considered more than a child. That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem is finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably little behind. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved.
Alright, Claire,
like
no worries.
I'll
catch you later. You enjoy the rest of your day.
Galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge. Patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research. But I know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
If the Protheans weren't the first, then who was?
I don't know.
There is barely any evidence on the Protheans, even less on those who came before them. I cannot prove my theory, but I know I am right. The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines. The Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions? Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
Okay, this isn't helping us find Saren or the conduit.
Of course, you're right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch it through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Begnezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
Right, I'm gonna excuse me. I'm gonna end the stream there for the day. So appreciate everyone that has stopped by, or if you watch it back, I hope you enjoy. And yeah, until next time, stay safe, look after yourselves, and I'll catch you guys whenever I decide to do the next one. So yeah, take care, peace.